Yes.
So we are discussing straight lines, right? One minute. Till where did we see? What was the last topic we saw? In straight line.
20th question.
Yeah, we were solving few problems, right? Just a minute. I'm opening the file. Which exercise? 10.3. Is it 10.3, guys?
Yes, 10.2,
10.3, right?
10.2, I guess.
10.2. Okay, let me have it. We did till 20th problem, right?
Yes, sir.
With that, the exercise is over. No, 10.2 is over, right? So we are supposed to start with 10.3. So just a minute. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, 10.3. This is what we were doing, right?
Yes, sir.
So we finished the problem. With that, we have completed. Yes. So I have my notes. So what are all the forms that we have discussed? Different forms of straight line that we have discussed are point slope form. We saw what is a point slope form. Then we saw what is 2-point form. Then we saw what is slope intercept form. At last, we saw what is intercept, and then we saw what is normal form. So this is the 6th form. Right? These are all the different forms that we have seen, for which we derived all the equations and we applied it also. Okay. So if you have to recollect it, the first exercise is related to the concept of slope. Okay, we concentrated only on slope. The second exercise, we were concentrating on writing different equations of line. And the third exercise, what we will do is we will be concentrating on finding the distance from a point to a line or distance between two lines. That's what we are going to see. Okay. Observe. So it is like this. Distance of a point from a line. You can write down this part. Okay. Write down the heading, guys. Distance of a point from a line. Rahul and Archana, you concentrate, okay? I know it is a new topic, it is in the middle of the chapter, but concentrate, you will understand. Nothing much to worry. Okay. There is any doubt, please stop me. Now see. So if you observe, the topic is distance of a point from a line. So what is that we have? We have a line. Okay. See, again, I'm telling you, line need not be in the first quadrant. It is only for the sake of taking, we have taken it. So let's say there is a point P whose coordinates are x1, y1. From this point, the interest of study is to find the distance to a line. So when I say distance to a line, there are many distances that are possible, right? I can take any distance. So on the line, how many points can we find? How many points can we take on a line? A line has infinite number of points, right? So I can find this distance. I can find this distance. I can find this distance. I can find many such distances like this, right? I can find, in fact, infinite amount of distances from where? From the point to the line. Then what exactly do they mean by distance from a point to a line? They never told distances. They told distance of a point from a line. What is the meaning of this? Out of all these distances, out of the infinite distances that you're considering from the point to the line, which will be the shortest distance, guys?
The one from the middle.
The one which is perpendicular. So if you take the perpendicular distance, then this will be the shortest distance. And when they by default say distance from a point to a line, they're indirectly speaking about the perpendicular distance. Okay. So this is going to be the distance, guys. So if I take this point as M, let me take this as AB, and obviously this is going to be the origin. Okay. So observe what I'm going to do. Let equation of line B, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Okay. That is the general equation of a line, a linear equation in two variables, right? So the point P is x1 comma y1. Correct? Now see, what will be the coordinate of point A and point B? So for me to find the coordinate of A, I know that the x coordinate is 0, y will be something else. Similarly, coordinate of B, the x coordinate is something and the y coordinate is 0. Right? To find the coordinates of A and B, substitute 0 in the line ax plus by plus c. So if you substitute for A, what I will do is I will put x is equal to 0. If you put x is equal to 0, what will you get? You will get y is equal to minus c by b. So this point will be 0 comma minus c by b. Similarly for for B, we'll put y is equal to 0, which implies x is equal to minus c by a. So this point is minus c by a comma 0. I hope you're able to understand. Right? Now see, what I'm going to do is, from here, I will join these points. What is it we are getting? We are getting a triangle A, B, and P. We are getting triangle A, B, P. Accepted? Now the question is, what is the area of triangle ABP? Area of triangle ABP is half into base into height. Okay. So let me say the perpendicular distance PM is small p. So that will be half into, what is the base guys? Base is AB, and what is height? Height is PM. Accepted? So half into, what is the value of AB? Tell me. What is the distance between points A and B? x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square under a root. So that will be square root of c square by a square plus c square by b square into, what is PM? PM is the distance that we need to find. Tell me one thing, am I clear till this step?
Yes, sir.
Okay, copy it till this step, write it down. Everybody, write it down. So write it till this. Let me know once you're done. Done? Now listen. So what are the coordinates of A, B and P? The coordinates of A is minus 0 comma minus C by B. Coordinates of B is minus C by A comma 0. So from your 10th standard basic, if there are 3 coordinates given to you, what will be the area of the triangle formed by these 3 coordinates?
Half into x1 into y2 minus y3 by in plus x2 into y by 3
plus x3 into y2 minus y1. It follows a cyclic pattern, right? So half into this x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Tell me 0 into y2 minus y3, that is 0 minus y1, plus what is x2? Minus c by a into y3 minus y2, that is y1 minus of minus c by b, plus x3 is how much? x3 is x1 into y2 minus y3, that is c divided by b. Is there any doubt, please? I just took them in a cyclic order and I wrote it. Sorry, y3 minus y1, no? And y1 minus y2. Wait, there is a mistake. What is x2? Minus c by a into y3 minus y1, that is y1 plus c by b, plus x3 is x1 into y1 minus y2. Now tell me, are you clear with this? So half into minus y1 minus cy1 by a minus c square divided by ab minus cx1 divided by b. So what is the LCM, guys? Why is no one speaking?
A, B.
Sir, instead of minus y1, 0 should come, no, sir.
Where, ma? Did I make any mistake? y3 minus y1.
0 into 0 minus y1. No.
Oh, this is 0, right? Yeah, yeah. Sorry. 0. Yeah. So this will be 0. So minus bc y1 divided by ab minus c square by ab minus cx1 by ab. Accepted? Now is it fine? Yes. Now see, 1 by 2, I am taking that ab outside, modulus of, if you see minus is common in everything. Minus is common and c is common. So if I take out c outside, then it becomes ax1 plus by1 plus c. Observe what I did. C divided by 2ab into ax1 plus by1 plus c. Let's see question number 2. So this equation number 2 represents what? This is also the area of the triangle ABP. So expression 1 also spoke about the area of triangle ABP. 2 is also speaking about ABP. Can I conclude 1 is equal to 2? When 1 is equal to 2, then you will have half into under root of c square divided by a square plus c square by b square into what is the value of perpendicular distance? It is p is equal to c divided by 2ab into modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c. Accepted? So you take that c outside, c divided by 2 into root of 1 by a square plus 1 by b square into p is equal to c divided by 2ab into modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c. So c and c will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. If you take LCM on left hand side, it will be root of a square plus b square by ab into p is equal to 1 by ab into modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c. So ab and ab will also get cancelled. So what is the value of perpendicular distance? It is modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c, the whole divided by root of a square plus b square. So this is going to be the required formula. For what? For the perpendicular distance from a point to a line. So make a note of this.
So this is the formula, sir, for a distance
Yes.
of a point.
Yes.
This is the shortest, sir. Shortest distance.
It need not be shortest. See, by default, distance from a point to a line itself means shortest distance, and the formula for that is this. It's not like shortest distance at all. There is only one formula.
Okay, sir.
Done? So, how the questions will be asked is, we'll directly take listen. One minute. Now listen. So, this 10.3. Okay. 1 minute. Now, see, for example, find the distance of the point 3 comma minus 5 from the line 3x minus 4y minus 26 is equal to 0. Okay. So, solution is, what is the formula? If the point is x1 comma y1 and the point is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Okay. So, what is the formula? Modulus of a. You will write the same line only, ax plus by plus c, no change in that. Only difference is, in the place of x, you will substitute x1. In the place of y, you will substitute y1, the whole divided by root of a square plus b square. So apply the formula and tell me modulus of 3 into, in the place of x, what will you substitute? 3 x1 minus 4 into, in the place of y, you will substitute minus 5 minus 26, the whole divided by root of 3 square plus 4 square. So what will the answer be? Root of 9 plus 20 minus 26 divided by 5. So 20 minus 26 is minus 6 plus 9, 3 divided by 5 units. So 29 minus 20, so 3 divided by 5 units. Got it? So this is all about the distance from a point to a line. Shall I move on to the next concept? Now the next concept is distance between two parallel lines. So what you will have here is, you will have two parallel lines and we will be finding the distance between them. Okay. So ax plus by plus c1 is equal to 0. Ax plus by plus c2 is equal to 0. I'm directly giving you the formula. Okay. No need of derivation at all. So if I take the distance between these 2 points as d, then d is given as modulus of the difference in the constants divided by root of a square plus b square. D is equal to mod of c2 minus c1 divided by root of a square plus b square. This is applicable only for two parallel lines. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's apply this and see. For example, the question is, find the distance between the parallel lines 3x minus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0 and 3x minus 4y plus 5 is equal to 0. What is the solution? Distance is equal to modulus of, see, you can ask me which is C1 and which is C2, it is up to you because we are only finding the difference. Modulus of C2 minus C1. So what will be the answer? 7 minus 5 divided by root of 3 square plus 4 square, that will be 2 by 5 units. Am I clear? So D is equal to 2 by 5 units. Okay. Now I'll give you another example. Observe. 3x minus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0 and 6x minus 8y plus 17 is equal to 0. Or let's take it as 22 equal to 0. Are these two lines parallel to each other? So these are the two lines given, okay? Now you need to find the distance between these two lines. So first tell me, are these two lines parallel to each other? Yes or no? So how you check whether two lines are parallel or not? You have learned it last year also.
A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2.
A1 by
So
B2.
3 by 6 is same as 4 by 8. No? So they both are
Yes, sir.
parallel. And that should not be equal to C1 by C2. So 7 divided by 22 is not 1 by 2. Right? So they both are parallel lines. So what will be the formula? Distance is equal to, tell me what is the answer? Modulus of what will be, I gave you the formula, modulus of C2 minus C1 by root of A square plus B square.
22 minus 7.
So modulus of, yeah, proceed, tell me, 22
Minus 7.
1 minute,
by
1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Charge in my pencil is over. Just give me 2 minutes time. I'll charge it. Now, see, tell me what is it? 22 minus 7
Minus
divided
7.
by root of right by root of A square plus B square, right?
So we can't take 6 square plus 8y square minus 8 square.
That is what I wanted to check. Okay. So this is a very, very common mistake that people make. I just wanted to ensure you observe that. So whenever they say set of parallel lines, the thing you need to ensure is the coordinate of x and y should be the same for both the lines. So if you write it like this, then it is wrong. Because you can take root of 3 square plus 4 square or root of 6 square plus 8 square also, but both will generate different answers. Okay, how can the distance between two fixed lines have different distances? It's not possible, no? So for that to happen, what is the first thing we need to ensure? Either convert the first line in terms of second or the second in terms of first. Okay. So what we can do is if you multiply the first equation with 2, you will get 6x minus 4y plus 14 is equal to 0. Right. Now you can apply the formula because here 6x, here also 6x, minus 8y, here also minus 8. So what will be the distance? Now you can apply. It is 22 minus 14 divided by root of 6 square plus 8 square. So what is the answer, guys? 22 minus 14. 8 divided by root of 6 square plus 8 square. 36 plus 64. 100. It will become 10. So answer will be 4 by 5 units. Is that clear? There is a very, very important point to be noted. This a common mistake. And this kind of a question has more possibility of being asked in 1 mark. Because it's not very big, right? This one and the previous one, they are not very big. So they can ask you in 1 mark, you will definitely make this mistake. Am I clear? Shall I proceed to the next concept? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now listen. So what we have seen is, see, observe. Now, in the previous exercise, what we did is they gave you certain conditions for which you wrote the equation of a line, right? For example, they'll give you the slope of this line is this much, it is passing through this point. So all those conditions are given and you wrote the equation of a line. In this exercise, here if you observe, we are going to concentrate on the general equation of a line. So the general equation of a line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. There is a known fact. But the next important point to be noted is, if this line is given, is it possible for us to write in all the previous forms that we have learned? That is, what are all the forms that we have learned? We have learned slope intercept, we have learned intercept, we have learned normal form. So in this exercise, you need to manipulate and write it in different forms. So how to do that, we will see now. Okay. So the heading is different forms of line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Okay. So the first one is slope intercept form. So what is the slope intercept form? Y is equal to mx plus c. I told you, right? Already we know this. Y is equal to mx plus c is the slope intercept form. So this line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. How can you bring it in this form is the question. So for that, if you observe the general equation, if you observe the equation that is required, left hand side should have only y associated with it. If that is the case, can I write by is equal to minus ax minus c? So y will be equal to minus a by b into x minus c by b. Do you guys understand what I did? I just rearranged the equation. So when you rearrange it, when you compare it with y is equal to mx plus c, what will be the slope of the line? Slope of the line is minus a by b. And what will be the y-intercept of the line? That is minus c by b. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is one form. Write it down. Make a note. Done. The next is intercept form. So intercept form is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Right? So what is the line that is given to us? Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. You need to write it in the form x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So for that, if you observe, the right hand side should be 1 is equal to minus c. Can you write it like this? So divide with minus c on both sides. So that will be ax by minus c plus by minus c is equal to 1. So it will be x divided by minus c by a plus y divided by minus c by b is equal to 1. Then the x-intercept is how much? Minus c by a. Y-intercept is how much? Minus c by b. If you observe, this minus c by b, we got it in the previous expression also. The y-intercept is the same. So howsoever you manipulate and write, you're going to get the same thing. See, one important conclusion from all these things is whether you write in intercept form or slope point form or slope intercept form, every equation is the same. It is only different ways of representing. Done? Yes or no? Now see, what we will do is, equation of the line 3x minus 4y plus 10 is equal to 0. Find its slope and x and y intercept. So solution is, for us to find the slope, what we can do is, we will write it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So 3x minus 4y plus 10 is equal to 0, which implies 4y is equal to 3x plus 10. Then what will be the value of y? Y is equal to 3 by 4 times x plus 10. So comparing with whom? Comparing with y is equal to mx plus c, what is the value of m? 3 by 4. What is the value of c? What is the value of c?
10.
10.
So that is the y-intercept, right? They're asking the x-intercept also. To get the x-intercept, what we can do?
Sir,
To
doubts,
get,
sir.
tell me.
It should also be 10 by 4, no, sir, above. It should
Oh,
be
sorry.
5 by
10 by 4. That is 2.5. Yeah, 5 by 2 is the answer. So to get the x-intercept, put y is equal to 0 in the given equation. So when you put y is equal to 0 in the given equation, you get 3x is equal to minus 10, which implies x is equal to minus 10. So this is the x-intercept. And you got y-intercept and slope also. I hope it's clear. Okay. So I'm moving on to the next problem. Reduce it to normal form, we'll see. 15th question, see. Find the angle between the lines y minus root 3x minus 5 is equal to 0 and root 3y minus x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. So find the angle between the lines. So what is the formula for angle between two lines? Tan alpha is equal to mod of m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. This is also within a modulus. Okay, just like this. Modulus of m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Right. So for you to find the angles, first you need to find the slope. See, it's very simple, guys. Going forward, what you can do is, if you have a line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, the slope is a by b with a minus sign. Okay. That is coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y with a negative sign is the slope. So tell me, 2x minus 5y plus 6 is equal to 0 slope. What is the slope?
Two by 5.
Yes. So minus 2 divided by minus 5, that will be 2 by 5. Okay. In a similar way, what are the lines that are given? If you take this as line 1 and you take this as line 2, for line 1, what is the slope?
Root 3.
Yes. M1 is root 3. Similarly, for L2, what is the slope?
One by root 3.
Perfect. 1 by root 3. M2 is 1 by root 3. Then substitute in the formula. Tan alpha is equal to modulus of M2 minus M1. 1 by root 3 minus root 3. The whole divided by 1 plus M1 M2. This and this will get cancelled. So tan alpha is equal to modulus of 1 minus 3 divided by 2 root 3. That will be modulus of 2 divided by 2 root 3 with a minus sign. Okay. So when you remove the angle modulus, you should write it as plus or minus of the value which is there inside, minus 1 by root 3. So when you take it as plus, it will become minus 1 by root 3, or when you take it as minus, it will become plus 1 by root 3. So when tan alpha is minus 1 by root 3, what will you get?
Tan minus tan.
So tan alpha is equal to minus 1 by root 3, or tan alpha is equal to 1 by root 3. Minus 1 by root 3 belongs to which quadrant? So where will tan become negative for the first time?
Second quadrant.
The second quadrant means angle will be in the form of pi minus acute angle. So had it been 1 by root 3, what would have been the acute angle?
30 degree.
That is pi by 6. So answer will be 5 pi by 6, or tan alpha is equal to pi by 6. Since here we need to write in terms of degrees, it can either be 150 degrees or 30 degrees. We know that the angles will be complementary of each other. Not complementary, supplementary of each other. Am I clear till this extent?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Show that the two lines a1x plus b1y plus c1 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, where b1 comma b2 is not equal to 0, are parallel if a1 by b1 is equal to a2 by b2, are perpendicular if a1 a2 is equal plus b1 b2 is equal to 0. Okay, it is also very simple. So the given lines are a1x plus b1y plus c1 and a2x plus b2y plus c2. So what is the slope of the first line? I already told you, minus
1
sorry
minus 1, sir.
minus a1 by b1, negative of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Similarly, what will be the slope of m2? Minus,
A2 by B.
that's it, a2 by b2, right? So if the lines are parallel to each other, so what is the condition for parallelism?
A1 by B1 equal to A2 by B2.
Slopes should be equal. That is, m1 should be equal to m2, which implies minus a1 by b1 will be equal to minus a2 by b2. Minus and minus are gone. From this we get a1 by b1 is equal to a2 by b2. Now you understood why it is like this. Similarly, what is the condition for perpendicularity? m1 into m2 should be minus 1. So that is minus a1 by b1 into minus a2 by b2 should be minus 1. Right? So minus into minus plus. So a1 a2 by b1 b2 is equal to minus 1, which implies a1 a2 is equal to minus b1 b2. When you rearrange and write, you will have a1 a2 plus b1 b2. Got it? A1 a2 plus b1 b2 is equal to. Done. Listen, one last problem for today. Find the equation of line perpendicular to this line and passing through the point 1, minus 2. So, what is the given line? X minus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. So, what is the slope of given line? Tell it right. Slope of given line is 1
1 by
divided
2.
by 1 by 2. So, slope of line perpendicular to given line will be how much? Let's call it as m. Then can I say m into 1 by 2 is equal to minus 1? Which implies m is equal to minus 2. Did you guys understand what I did? Means I first found the slope of the line which is given to me. From there, we found the equation, we found the slope of the line which is perpendicular to it. Once you get that, you have slope and you have point, then you can use the slope point form. So slope points form says y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus y1 is minus 2 is equal to m is minus 2 into x minus x1. So y plus 2 is equal to minus 2x plus 2. So which implies 2x is equal to y. So this will be the line which is perpendicular to whom? Which is perpendicular to the given line and passing through 1, minus 2. So that's all for today. Any other doubt?
No, sir.
Just wait for a minute, don't leave.